So, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I know. I never show my face. I try not to. I try not to do too much of anything really on YouTube on my own channel. Anyway, listen, I just posted this on Instagram and I figured I'd come here and uh, just see. Uh, if I can get this message out there. Um, I've I've noticed a lot on YouTube, um, in comments and uh, different social media that I belong to and that I watch on a regular basis, that a lot of people have made comments such as, hey, I'm gay, I can't come out, I'm afraid to tell my family, my friends, I don't know what they're going to think, they won't accept me, you know, I know what it's like to be closeted. I was closeted for 17 years of my life. When I was 17, I was forced out of the closet by my sister. Um, and God bless her for doing so, because it took an incredible weight off my shoulder, and it helped me and my family realize me and who I am and who I was at the time, and the fact that I was all but living a lie, trying to have my girlfriends, trying to do everything to please everybody else, but forgetting about myself. Um, and forgetting who I was, and so when I was 17, I came out to a very Christian family, and I can't believe the outpouring of support I got. Now you got to remember, this is back in the 90s, when it wasn't a social norm. It wasn't something that was widely accepted like it is today. There's a lot more support groups today. There's a lot more support organizations today. God bless them all. Because without them, I think we'd still be stuck back in the 80s and 90s when people were afraid to come out. And don't get me wrong, it terrified me. It did. I did lose some pretty good friends when I came out. But I gained a community. I gained so much more. I gained self-awareness and well-being. And, if when I came out, my family, and we're all Christian, my mom works for the church, and so as does my aunt. But both of them were very accepting and very loving, very caring. And they all said, you are who you are. We may not accept that lifestyle. We may not like that lifestyle, but it's you and your family. And believe me, when they say blood is thicker than water, they're not messing around, because it is. Family is very important. And you would be surprised when you come out to your family how supportive they really could be. I mean, I keep referring back. My family is a very Christian family. Very Christian. I grew up in a very Christian home. But when I came out, my mom looked at me and she goes, "You're still my son." And even my father, let me give you a little history. My father is not my blood father. He married my mother when I was 5 years old. And he adopted me legally when I was 14. He became my legal father. And that's a very hard process to understand, and that's okay. But when I came out, even this man who raised me and who wasn't even my blood looked at me and said, "You know what? You're my son." And that's what counts. Not the fact of whether you're gay, straight, bi, or who your next boyfriend, girlfriend, or partner is. You're still my son. And that's the most important thing. That was a very touching moment coming from a man so hard that and so stern about life. He had trouble just saying "I love you" to us kids. And yet here he was showing me unconditional love as an adopted child. And it's unbelievable, the power of love, the power of family. And, you know, you can say I'm rambling on in this, but hey, I got a lot to say here. It's been a lot of years since I've had a chance to speak out. For those people that are struggling, if you're having trouble, if you're having problems, find a local group, find a local support group. Many of them are anonymous. You go in, you don't even give your name. And if you do, it's a first name basis only. It's not something that like AA or NA where a lot of people know you're going. And, you know, not to disrespect AA or NA, but the ones that I attended were not very anonymous. I know there are anonymous groups out there. In any case, find one. Find a support group. Find an anonymous support group that if you walk in, even as a young teenager or as a young man, find one that when you go in, they're not going to be calling. They're not going to be making phone calls saying, "Oh, you won't believe who came into our group today." You know, find one of those groups. You're going to find out that you're loved in more ways than you know. Don't take this struggle on yourself. Don't hide in your closet. Don't hide in your walls. Break out. Be yourself. Be who you are. It's the best thing that ever happened to me when I came out. Like I said, yes, I lost a few close friends. And you know, some of them I'll never get back. But I gained so much more. I gained an extended family that I wouldn't give up for the world. And today, you know, I make it known when I meet somebody that I'm gay. And I tell them right out, you know, that's who I am. And I found the people that will look at me and say, "Oh, we don't want nothing to do with you." Then you know what? They don't know what they're missing. I'm a wonderful support person. I love all my friends unconditionally, no matter what. I don't care who they are or what they do or anything, because they're my friends, because then they're them. You know, we all struggle with things, and it's important. It's important to realize that there's others in this world that are struggling as well. And if you can take that one little step, you're going to find out that, you know, the others that are struggling are going to step up as well. And that's why I decided to do this, why I decided to make this video today. Because I want people to understand that you're not alone. You're definitely not alone. In any struggle you're going through, you'd be surprised what I've been through. I've been through a lot. I've been through more stuff in my many years on this planet than people have gone through that are older than me. I've lived a very interesting life and a very hard life. And I don't pretend that I enjoyed it. But getting back to the issue of coming out to your family, take it slow. When you do decide, sit them down. Be an adult about it. Don't be a playful little teenager. Don't be a playful little kid about it. You got to understand, this is a serious issue. This is a serious issue to many adults with teenage children, that they hope someday that will grow up and give them grandkids and a wonderful family. And they have to understand that, you know, if you're gay, that could still be a possibility, but it's a different route that you're going to have to take than what they expect. So it is a sensitive issue. Sit them down, talk to them, tell them, hey, I'm different. I feel different, but this is who I am. And just don't be afraid, because your family wants you to be brave. Your family wants you to be yourself and to grow up who you are. And you'd be surprised when you tell your family finally that, hey, I'm gay, this is who I am. Don't ever apologize for it. That's another big thing. Don't say, oh, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm gay. No. Don't be sorry for who you are. But explain to them that I understand you may not accept this, but this is who I am. This is me. I hope we can work through this. I hope things won't change, because I am still the same person. I just happen to like other people of the same sex. But also, don't let it define you. I don't let it define me at all. You know, I remain the kind, caring person I am today, but I'm also a fighter. I remain that way. I don't care. You know, if I get confronted, I protect myself. You know, I'm not your stereotypical gay person. I'm not the type that you see out there on the street that waving their flag all over the place. I'm a hard person to know. A very hard person to deal with at times. But I happen to be gay. But again, don't let it define you. Be yourself. Don't stop being the person you are today. Just be the person you are today who's gay and out and proud. And very important, remember, you are never alone in any struggle that you are going through. Never. You're never alone. There's always somebody out there that has gone through it or is going through it now. If you find another person who's going through the same struggle, team up. Help each other. Don't back away from your struggle to help them, and don't make them back away from theirs to help you either. Team up. Say, hey, let's do this together. Let's figure this out. Because that's what's needed, is teamwork. With teamwork, anything's possible. It really is. Anything is possible. So, with that, I just want to make sure that people out there understand. I know the struggle's real. It's a very difficult thing. Don't let it define you. But don't be afraid of who you are and to be who you are. Because it is you. And the longer you hide it, the worse it's going to get. And the harder it's going to get. But just take it slow. Take it easy. And trust me, everything will work out. And, again, you're not alone. You're never alone in this world. Never. Okay? So with that, I bid you farewell. Until next time, have a good life.